Hello children, welcome back to the mathematics class. See, in the last class we have seen about squares and some of the properties of square numbers. So let us recall what we have studied in our last class. About perfect square we have seen. What do you mean by perfect square? If a number is multiplied by the same number or that number itself, the product is called the square number or a perfect square. And some of the properties what we have studied is, one, all perfect squares ends with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9, these 6 digits. No perfect squares if the number ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. In these 4 numbers, they are not perfect squares, or it is highly impossible to be a perfect squares. And that on some of the properties. And next we have studied about if the perfect squares of a number which ends with, or a number having 1 or 9 in the units place, then its perfect squares ends with 1, or it has 1 in the unit place. If the number has 1 and 9 in the unit place, then its perfect square is always ends with 1. And in the same way, if a number ends with 2 or 8, then that its perfect square ends with 4. In the same way, if a number ends with 3 and 7, then that squares of that number ends with 9. And if a number always having 4 or 6 in the unit place, then its perfect square ends with 6. If a number ends with 5 in the unit place, or ends with 5 or 5 in the unit place, then perfect square of such number is always ends with 5 only. That's what we have studied. Along with this, some more properties what we have studied. One, what about the number of non-perfect squares? For example, see, now let us consider the perfect square of 4 and 5. What is the perfect square of 4 and 5? It is 16. 5, perfect square of 5 is 25. What about the number in the middle? 16 to 25. How many numbers are there? See, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. How many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 numbers are there. See, that means if n and n plus 1, suppose if it is n, and it will automatically becomes n plus 1. If it is 4, 4 plus 1, 5. If n and n plus 1 are two consecutive numbers, the non-perfect squares between the squares of this number is always equal to 2 times of n, or 2n. 2 times of n. See, for example, here 4 and 5 are two consecutive numbers, then the non-perfect squares between the perfect squares of these two numbers. See, perfect squares of these two numbers is 16 and 25. These are the non-perfect square numbers. How many are there? 8 are there. That 8 is equal to, always equal to 2 times of n. Therefore, in general we can say like this: if n and n plus 1 are two consecutive numbers, then non-perfect squares between the squares of that two numbers is always equal to 2n, 2 times of n. See here, 4 and 5 are two non-perfect squares, then 4 and 5 are two consecutive numbers, then non-perfect squares between the squares of these two numbers is 2 times of n, that is 2 into 4, that is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. In the same way, what about the perfect squares of non-perfect squares? Square numbers between the squares of 6 and 7. It should be 2 times of it is n, and this is n plus 1. What about the perfect squares of non-perfect squares of the non-perfect squares between the squares of these two numbers? It is how much? the perfect square of this is 36 and next 37 and perfect square of this is 49 and up to 48. See 37 to 48, how many numbers are there? 2 times of this, that means 2 into 6, 12 numbers are there. Total 12 numbers are there. Therefore, if n and n plus 1 are two consecutive numbers, then non-perfect square numbers between the squares of these two numbers is always equal to 2 times of n or 2 times of the first number. Okay, first number of that two consecutive numbers. So here 12 are there. Let us count. Is it 12 or not? Between the squares of these two numbers, 12 or not? See, which are the 12 numbers? 37, 36 is the square of this. Next 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. 49 is the square of 7. So 12 are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 are there. Non-perfect numbers are there. Okay. This is another property of that square numbers. Next, see for example, what about the sum of the odd numbers? Sum of the first n odd numbers. The odd numbers, you know, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. These are all the odd numbers. See, these are the first odd number is 1. Next 2, like this. See, now here one property is there. What is that property, you know? See, sum of the first odd number, first n odd numbers. See here, how many numbers are there? 2 are there. N is equal to 2 here. 1, 2. What is the sum? That is always equal to, if the sum of first n odd number is always equal to n square. N square. See, what is n here? 1, 2. So 2 square is 4. See, always 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. Next, 1 plus 3 plus 5. See, always first n odd number, not any odd number from the middle. First n odd number is equal to, how many odd numbers are there? See, first n odd numbers, 1, 2, 3 are there. Its sum is 3 square. Is it 3 square? See, 3 square is how much? 9. Is it? See, 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9. Always 9. See, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. 4 are there. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. What about the sum of these? 4 square. 4 square is how much? 16. Is it 16? See, 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus 9. 4 plus 5, 9. 9 plus 7 is equal to 16. So like this. So always the sum of first n odd number is always equal to n square. So what about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 square, 25. 25. See, up to here if you add, if you add like this, how much now? See, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 6 are there. 6 square is 36. See, next one. 13. What about the sum of this? Now there are 7 odd numbers. First 7 odd numbers. So 7 square is 49. If you add one more, next odd number is 15. 8 are there. 64. 8 square is 64. Like this. Okay. So sum of first n odd number is always equal to the n square. Is always equal to n square. Next. The sum of first n odd number, natural number, is always a perfect square. That's another one. It's always a perfect square. First n odd number is always a perfect square. See, 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Is it a perfect square? Yes. 1 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to 9. Is it a perfect square? This is a perfect square. See, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 is equal to 16. It's a perfect square. See, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 is equal to 25. 5 are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 square is 25. All these are perfect square. So, sum of first n odd numbers is always a perfect square. So, it is equal to the number of that n square. If n number of n terms of odd numbers if you add, then its sum is always equal to n square. That is another property of the square number. Next, the square of any odd number is the sum of the two consecutive positive integers. See, sum of any the square of any odd number. If you take any odd number, now let us take the odd number 3, its square. What is the square of this? This is equal to 9. Sum of any odd number is equal to the sum of two consecutive positive terms. Consecutive positive term is what? See, 9 is equal to 2 consecutive terms. We can write it as 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is equal to 3. See, these are the two consecutive terms. Next, let us see a consecutive term of 25. 25 is how much? 5 square is equal to 25. 25 will write as 12 plus 13. See like this. 12 plus 13. Two consecutive terms. Always two consecutive terms. See 36. Next, 6 square, 6 no. Say 7 square is 49. 49 is equal to 24 plus 25. 24 plus 25. Not the even number. So, sum of any two odd number, the square of any odd number is always equal to sum of two consecutive positive integers. Okay, next. The product of the squares of any two odd numbers or even number is equal to 1 less than the squares of the middle term. Product of the squares of any two odd numbers or even numbers is equal to 1 less than the squares of that middle term. See, for example, see, I will take this as 4 and 3 and 5, two consecutive odd numbers. The product of product of this is equal to, see, product of this is equal to what? Product of this is equal to the 1 less than the squares of the middle term. What is the middle term here? 3 and 5. It is 4. 1 less than the square of the middle term. See, if you take 3 and 5, two odd numbers, the product of this is always equal to, the product of this is always equal to 1 less than the squares of the middle term. What is the middle term? It is 4. What is the square of 4? Is 16. 16 minus 1. See, 16 minus 1 is equal to 15. See, the product is 15. So, product of any two consecutive odd number is always equal to 1 less than the square of the middle term. Not only odd number, for even number also it applies. See, for example, 4 and 6, I will take 4 and 6. The product of 4 and 6 is always equal to 1 less than the square of the middle term. What is the middle term? 4 and 6, middle term is 5. So, 5 square minus 1. 5 square minus 1 is equal to, 5 square is 25 minus 1 is 24. 4 into 6 also 24. Okay, so the product of any two consecutive odd or even number is always equal to 1 less than the square of the middle term. So that is another property. Okay, next if next some patterns are there, it is given in your textbook. See, for example, in exercise problem also it is given square of 1 or 1 1 1 1 see 111. See, this is 11 111. See, like this, if it is given 1 square is 1. 1 square is how much? 1. 11 square is 1 2 1 121. You can write like this. 111 square is always equal to 2 is in the middle. Sorry, here 3 ones are there. So 3 2 1. See, 1 2, again it decreases. 1 2, then again 1. Here 1, here 3 are there. Therefore you have to move up to 1 2 3. Then again you have to go. After 3, again you have to write in the reverse order. 2 1. So this is one property or one type of pattern. Here 4 ones are there. So you have to move up to 1 2 3 4. Next you have to write in the decreasing order. So 4, after 4 again 3, 2, 1. Suppose 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5. See, how much this one? 11,111 square is always equal to 5 are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. then again 4, 3, 2, 1, like this it moves. So that is some patterns in the some interesting patterns in the squares of a number. Okay, like that there is another pattern is given in the textbook. See, 7 square is 49. 7 square is 49, and 6 7 square is equal to 1 6 I have added. Here what happens is 4 4 8 9. 4 4 8 9. 1 4 4 8 9. Next 6 2 6 if you add 7 on 1 1 7 only. See, here what happens is, here 6 1 6 is a 4 4, 1 less than 8 and 1 9. Here 2 6 are there, so you have to write 3 4s like this, and 1 less than this 4 8. How much? Here 2 4s are there, 1 less 1 8. So here 3 4s are there, 2 8s you have to write, and 9. So here 6 6. Suppose 6 6 6 7 is there, 3 6 are there, then 1 4 increases, 4 4 4, and 1 less than this 8, 1 less than this 4. Here 4 are there, so you have to write 3 8s and 1 9. So this is the this is one type of pattern. See, again if you write 6 6 6 6 4 6s and 1 7, then here 5 4s you have to write, 5 4s you have to write, and 4 8s you have to write, and 1 9. So this is the pattern, some of the patterns, interesting pattern. It is given in the textbook also. Okay, this type of questions you have to learn. In the exercise problem also many questions are there like this. Okay, next in the exercise problem you can count. Next, see, another interesting pattern in the textbook. It is given in the question paper, in the exercise question. See, 1 1, see, 11 square is 121. 1 0 1, if 1 0 is there in it, see, 1 square 121, 1 0 is there, 1 0 2 0 1 again. See, again 1. See, 1 2 zeros are there like this, then 1 2 zeros, then 2, again 2 zeros, 1. This is another pattern. See, if 1 0 is there, 1 0 comes here, 1 0 2, again 0, this 0, again write in the decreasing order. Next, 1 2 zeros are there, 1 2 zeros, again 2, and 2 zeros again, these 2 zeros, and this 1 again. If 3 zeros are there like this, then what happens? 1 0 0 0, then 2, again 3 zeros, and 1, like this. This is another type of pattern. So this type of patterns you have to learn using the textbook. So this is one type of question what you have studied, what you are going to study in your textbook. So go through the textbook, and I have sent the notes. So please go through that, write down in your notebook and study properly about it. Okay. See you in our another video. Thank you.